Hi folks, 21st Century Caveman here. Hope everybody's well, hope everybody's happy. Just wanted to share with you a little project which I've been thinking about for quite some time now. It's something which has been on my mind. I kept going back to it but never really took it much further. So I'm now in a situation whereby it might be worth just sharing my thoughts with you really, and to get some feedback from yourselves. It's loosely construed around the 5 C's of survivability, and it's based around a bum bag, otherwise known to our friends over the water as a fanny pack. Okay, I've got a couple here just for illustration purposes. They're both made by Jeep, reason being quite simply because they're very robust, very durable, they're very reasonably priced, in essence very good value for money. So there's a couple of them there, and also, you know, they've normally got a few pockets on here, a few compartments, so you can actually section stuff off if necessary. I'm going to put this to one side because the kit isn't based around that particular one. This is one I wanted to have a chat with you about. Had this for about two and a half years now. Obviously, you know, you can tie it around your waist, or you can sling it over your shoulder in bandolero fashion, whatever you call it. Okay, so just getting straight to it really. There were one or two requirements in putting this kit together. One of the first requirements was the fact that it needed to be completely self-contained and independent of anything else. In other words, not something you typically put in a rucksack. Okay, reason being quite simply that if for any reason I became separated from a rucksack, or it became separated from me, I wouldn't have to worry about losing this as well. Secondly, it had to be small, it had to be lightweight, it had to be compact. And also it had to be something which was portable, something which I could secure on my person. Right, okay, so I'm just going to start going through these pockets now. Let's go to the main pocket first. Now, there are one or two bits here I'm just going to put to one side for the time being. I just want to get straight into the 5 C's of survivability. Now, one of the first things I want to talk about is cover. This is something which I was struggling with initially. I couldn't work out how to get decent size, adequate cover in here in such a small package. We've all seen the videos, I'm sure, whereby people use decorators' tarps, which in essence are very thin sheets of polythene, but I think they're very fragile. I've used these myself in the past. They tear easy, and some of them are completely useless. So I've decided to go for emergency blankets. I've got 2 of them here. Now these are decent quality ones. Okay, some of them once again are very fragile, but these are a bit higher end. They're a decent size, 2.1 metres by 1.5, so you've got 2 decent shelters for 2 single people, or if you put these together then you've got 1 very big shelter for 1 person, or indeed for both. Okay, so we've got cover. Now container, I really struggled with this one. I couldn't work out how to get a decent sized container in this kit. Typically containers are used for food preparation, for collecting water, storing water, purifying water, that sort of thing. But I decided to tackle this in 1 or 2 ways. I've got some Ziploc bags there. They can certainly be used for collecting water, and also for collecting things like wild edibles, that sort of thing. The Ziploc bags, you know, they're not the most high quality ones, but they certainly hopefully illustrate a point. So I've got some Ziploc bags there. Okay, now in terms of water purification, if I'm in a genuine survival situation, I don't want to have to worry and faff around with boiling water. If I'm desperate for water, if I find a water source, I want to be able to use it straight away. So I've decided to tackle this in a couple of ways. As I said, this is a container which goes with the water, with the Sawyer mini filtration kit. That's a very decent quality container, very durable, very hard wearing. So I've decided to use that in conjunction with the Sawyer mini filter itself. Now if I come across a water source, I want to be able to drink from it straight away. So if you wang a straw on the end there, you can go to a puddle or certain water sources and just basically drink straight from it using this straw. So I've decided to go that way. So I'm going to put that down there. Now one other way I thought I could cover the container criteria was also by just putting in a condom. Now I'm sure we've all seen videos of these on YouTube whereby, you know, guys put water in these, put them inside a sock and walk off with a couple of litres of water. You know, you can do this, they're very useful. Now I'm not going to waste a perfectly good condom by showing you how it's done because you can see other people doing that, but anyway, I'm going to leave that one there. Now another C, one of the other C's of survivability is cordage. I've got some genuine paracord here, there's about 30 feet there. We all know that this has so many uses, you couldn't even summarise them all really, but anyway, so I've got about 30 feet of paracord there. I'm having that in my kit. Cutting tool. Now it probably won't come as any surprise to know that I've decided to go for my beloved Leatherman Charge AL. This has got 3 decent blades on it, one of which is a saw. So I'm sure you'd all agree that this represents a tremendous amount of utility just by having those 3 blades there, but obviously there are a multitude of other tools on here as well which are very useful indeed, so I'm taking that with me. Now the only C which we have left to meet is that of combustion. Now I've decided to cover this in a couple of ways. I've got the Swiss Army fire steel with striker, absolutely fantastic. This also incorporates a small whistle, so that's coming with me and I'm going to place that there. Now because I have a little bit of space left, I've got some extra pockets here, I thought I would also include a Bic lighter. We all know that the Bic lighters are absolutely fantastic, very reliable. This needs to be wrapped in cling film to make it waterproof, because if water gets into that it's not going to be very useful at all. Okay, so I'm going to wrap that in cling film, I'm going to put it down there. I've also in this pocket got some tinder, it's homemade tinder, cotton wool balls soaked in petroleum jelly, and I've also got the 2 or 3 small sections of a bicycle inner tube which makes a brilliant firelighter. Okay, or brilliant tinder rather, so that's coming with me as well, and I'm going to plonk that down there. Now because I have a little bit of extra space, I've decided to bring 1 or 2 other bits with me. Now this credit card is surrounded by Gorilla Tape 1 inch wide. Believe it or not, there's 8 or 9 feet there, so that stuff's going to be absolutely invaluable. And it also occurred to me when I was wrapping this tape round here that you could actually use it to secure these 2 space blankets together lengthways, so you could make a very worthwhile shelter using this. So I've got room for it, I'm bringing duct tape with me and I'm going to put that down there. Now signalling. This is a mirror from an old Webtex wash kit. You know, it's not the best signalling device in the world, but it does work, and if you're in a situation where you genuinely need to signal, then you could do a hell of a lot worse than having this in your bag. Okay, so I've got space, that's coming with me as well, and I'm going to put that down there. Now we've got a couple of little pockets left, let me just show you what I've got in here. Yes, so EO5, this is a fantastic little flashlight, that's coming with me as well. Okay, it's got a AAA battery in there. This is waterproof, can't remember what the depth it is, but this is a fantastic little flashlight. Probably needs a little lanyard on there, look, just to make it less easy to lose, so that's coming with me as well. And in here I also have an extra AAA battery which I've wrapped in cling film. So I mean, I accept the fact that because we've got a source of combustion, a couple actually, then we can make a handheld torch, that sort of thing. We've all seen the handheld Swedish fire torches, but realistically, if you're in a survival situation, I mean, if I'm in a survival situation, I don't want to be fanning around trying to make a torch. You know, if I've got a good, reliable one in my bag, you know, I'll be well chuffed with that. So there's my Phoenix EO5. Now, in this last compartment, I have a pair of tweezers. Now when I'm out in the woods I always seem to get splinters, so I always have a pair of tweezers with me, so they're coming with me. Yeah, let's put those over there, and they're in the same compartment as this little kit here, which I suppose can be loosely described as being a first aid kit. That's in a Ziploc bag, which can once again also double up as a container. Let's just put that under there. Look, I'm conscious of the fact that it's quite a windy day today and I don't want stuff blowing away. So there's another Ziploc bag, another container. So in here I have some plasters, paracetamol, ibuprofen, a couple of alcohol-free cleansing wipes, and also a small bandage, 5 cm by 5 cm. I'm going to put that there. Now, a couple of the items which are pulled out of this kit, first off, were a compass and a map. Now, it may well be the case that you're in a survival situation because you're lost. But if you have a compass with you and a map, and you can use a compass in conjunction with your map, then you know you're really onto a winner. Okay, so I've decided to include that as well. So this is my survival kit stroke possibles pouch. I think I've covered all of the, well, I know I've covered all of the 5 C's of survivability, hopefully in an efficient and effective manner. I'd like some feedback from you guys, just so you know, you can tell me what you think, see if there's any ways I can improve upon this. Thank you for watching.